What is up guys, it's your boy Bucky and welcome back to another New Worlds video. Today I'm going to talk about my Rapier build. This is going to be some kind of a Rapier guide and I'm going to show you the spells that I'm using and basically why I think these spells work pretty well and they're pretty broken. So check it out guys, let's start. Start with the basics. Rapier is a melee weapon that has quick launch attacks, does a lot of pierce. There's a light attack that does 100% thirst damage, middle swipes does 66% damage, and the heavy attacks deals 133% of the thirst damage that Rapier does. So guys, what spells am I using, or when I call them abilities, whatever. Let's start with, I tried the Tondo, which is like slash all around you and affects bleed, but I switched right after that. I switched it to the flange because I think it works better, but we're going to get right after this. I'm going to talk about the flange. So first that I want to talk about is the Flurry. What Flurry does is enter opposed stance and unleashes a series of 5 attacks with quick thirst damage, with each strike dealing more damage than the other. Flurry can be dodged, can be cancelled at any time. So how does it look like? Let's go to this pig over here. Do 5 attacks, each attack does more damage, and is basically done for. Yep. So we have like 4 passive spells. The first one is Overwhelm. Each hit of Flurry does 25% more block damage. That means if there is a guy with a shield up, you can break it and you can do more damage to him than usual. The next one is the Fleeting Strikes. Each hit of Flurry reduces the cooldown of this ability by 7%. Which means 5 light attacks, a 15% cooldown. With each light attacks you get like 7% cooldown reduction, which means 5 successful attacks is a 35% reduction. That's 9 seconds, and you can use it on 2 people at once, 2 mobs, which will additionally reduce the cooldown. That's 10 successful light attacks, which means there isn't going to be cooldown, and you can use it once more shortly after that, which is, I think, pretty broken. The third passive spell is To the Bone. Each Flurry attack extends the Rapier's bleed by 1 second. This personally, because I don't have my Tondo, I use it with the spear. I attach bleed with my spear to the mob, and then I can use the Flurry and extend the bleed by 5 seconds. Which is pretty good. I don't have to use my Tondo for the bleed. Let's just kill this guy over here. And the last one, the last hit of Flurry causes enemy to stagger. This is also good with the spear. You can use your Volt Kick to stun the enemy, then you can use his cure from the spear, which are basically 3. Oh no, sorry, a perforate, which adds 3 quick piercing strikes. Each deals 7% of the weapon damage. Apply rend, reduces target damage absorption by 5% for 10 seconds. And what good thing from here is target is staggered if you successfully land all 3 hits. So you basically stagger with this, stagger with the spear, and then you switch back. You can also use your Volt Kick, and he basically cannot move. Volt Kick is from the spear spell. which stuns him for 1.5 seconds, and he cannot move. He's done for it, guys. So that's about the Flurry. The next thing I want to talk about is the evade. Evade is like a side step, then you can dodge mob's attack in the direction that you're facing. I mean that you're going. Like if you like go left, you can dash left. If you go right, you can use it right. You can also dash forward and evade backwards. What this does with the you gain 20 stamina immediately after a use, which is pretty good. If you're low on stamina, you can block it. If you're not going to be dodged perfectly, you can just block the attack if you run out of stamina somehow. You also gain 20% movement speed for 3 seconds on use, which is pretty cool. Evading forward gains 50% increased damage on your next light attack. Ends on hit after 1 second. Or after 1 second. So you dash forward your attack, and that attack that you're going to use after the dashing forward is increased by 50% of the damage. Okay, and individual successful light attack reduce the cooldown of this ability by 30% each, which means you can use it all the time. Let me just find this bar over there. I'm going to show you how I use it. So you dash forward your attack and use it again, you use it again. It's basically you can use it after 2 successfully landed light attacks. You can use it again, and that's basically 0.5% cooldown on the spell, which is pretty nuts. Because you can dodge the attacks from the mobs all the time. So that's pretty much for the evade. And the last take is flinch, with leaves the ground lunging forward for 10 meters in a stabbing motion, piercing through enemies, dealing 145% damage. So basically it looks like this. You can also use it to move faster. You can also use the close distance between mobs and people, and if you're in a tight spot, you can just run away with this. Just launch forward, dash it, boom, you go, and you can get away from them. Rapier is pretty good with the ability spells like evade and flinch. The quick launch, as its passive ability, killing with this ability reduces the cooldown by 80%. So basically, if you wanna use it once more, you need to time your attack to be your last hit on the mob, so you can get the 80% cooldown reduction. Oh, sorry, I killed him without my flange, but never mind. You got my point, guys. After performing flange, your next critical strike attack will have its damage increased by 15% for at least 5 seconds, which is pretty good. It's called backside, and on my level 18 as Rapier, I'm going to take this interruption. Pressing light attacks any time during flange will stop and perform a static continuous attack dealing 150% damage, which I haven't really tried, but I'm definitely going for that. And with all these spells combined, I think this is pretty broken. You can also try it, guys. You can also experiment. I'm going to experiment a bit. I'm going to show you now the flange. Like you see, 2.2 seconds, and I have my flange up again, which is pretty nuts. So that's it for today's video, guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye. Have a good one.